Hello, everyone. Welcome to Social Buzz podcast and vlog with me, Amut Saxena. Today, we have a very special guest with us who's going to take you through the digital marketing questions and answers, and she's going to answer a lot of questions. And her profile is something to be jealous of. We have with us today Miss Neetu Sharma. Miss Neetu Sharma is employed as a marketing manager with possessing 13 plus years of experience in marketing and IT consultancy. As a result oriented certified digital marketer, Neetu specializes in B2B marketing, solution pre sales, and IT consulting. Recently, she has launched a web portal www.haltandthink.com that is aimed at simplifying the understanding and usage of widely available tech tools in the market for business owners and for self growth seekers. A warm welcome to you, Neetu.
Yeah. Thanks, Ambuj, for having me on board.
So, Neetu, what has prompted you to start something of your own and you have a stable career? And what prompted you to go for a website called haltandthink.com?
Yeah. I'm glad that you asked that question, Ambuj. I feel, that currently all of us are running too fast with our lives, and we end up working harder rather than smarter. And what I feel is that people should take a pause, and they should halt and think uh, about solving their problems in some way, like for example, uh, it is possible that there can be some IT tools which are available in the market, which you are not aware of. So I, through my blogs, I try to write about solving such problems for people, which can make their life easier.
Wonderful, Neetu. That sounds great. Neetu, we are living in times of COVID 19, and COVID 19 has brought about a change in the way we carry out our day to day tasks. Life is not the same in the COVID times. As an IT professional, since you work with TCS, which is one of India's biggest IT firms, and I've also worked with TCS past, as an IT professional, Neetu, do you think there is a marked change in consumer behavior?
Yeah, of course, COVID has brought about a drastic change in consumer behavior, not only in IT, but it has happened across industries. And according to Salesforce research, with 36% of shoppers saying that they won't return to stores until a vaccine is available. And another research report says that 68% of US shoppers are expected to continue buying essential goods online even after COVID 19 subsides. With that, we see an evident change in consumer behavior trend. Yeah, initially it was the customer who was going after the businesses for their needs, but now the customers want the businesses to come to them whenever and wherever they need. But businesses cannot be present everywhere. So now it has become imperative for any business to have its own digital presence in some way or another. Might be have their own website, or they should be present on some social media channel and run innovative campaigns to reach their customers.
Wonderfully put. I think, yes, you are right that now the brands have to reach out to the consumers and not the other way around. So, Neetu, as you said earlier, there is a propensity of brands' movement towards consumers. How do you, as a brand, if you consider yourself as a brand, detect such a change and fulfill the consumer requirement in need of the change?
Yeah, yeah, great question. Initially, we had very few ways to know, where our customers are, what they want. But now, through availability of analytics, we have abundant data about our customers to leverage. And if I may refer to a Forbes research study, which says that 72% of surveys buyers say that they want companies to personalize communication to suit their needs. So now with AI and ML, we have high visibility into customer needs and wants, and that gives an ability to cater to them with right solution or product that any customer may want. These days, we see a lot of companies spending thousands and hundreds and thousands of dollars on targeting advertising. But with AI and machine learning, we have an opportunity to further optimize our advertising as well. So that gives us a constant scope of improving our marketing and the way we cater to our customer needs.
Yes, talking about AI and ML, I think there's a marked change in consumer behavior, and with the Gen Z coming on forth and making most of the buying decisions, I think AI and ML are actually playing a very big role. Especially if you look at it from a very very small point of view. For example, even on cell phone, you have Pokemon Go or you have PUBG, which are AI ML based games. And I think even when you go to malls, there are many events that are happening. There are many brands that are getting launched where AR and VR are also playing a big game. So yes, Gen Z, which is the main buyer today, is actually getting affected by how you are putting across that change, what technology is being used, and how to reach that customer. So yeah, that is a very good point, Neetu. Neetu, I know that your schedule does not allow you to have too many long conversations. So here's a final question for you. COVID-19, because of COVID-19, we're all sitting at home, or primarily during the entire week, almost majority of the week, we are sitting at home, and we are only spending time, and any time. Our transit time has decreased. Our entertainment time outside home has decreased. Our workout times have restricted to homes. So COVID-19 has brought about increased time spent on digital screens, cell phones and all. They are ruling the roost, tablets, desktop, and video streaming apps. And they're also leading to some sort of fatigue. In such a case, how can a brand that is trying to launch itself or relaunch itself or continue the sustained consumer behavior, how can that brand gain its due?
Yeah, absolutely true. We are learning more and more about our customers, and we are targeting them with a hyper personalized marketing messaging. But there is a problem that creeps in, which is called banner blindness. And to tackle that issue, we have to think about innovative ways like gamification, design thinking, to try and offer an incentive to our users through achievements, bonuses, levels, points, etc., and try to incentivize our customers, to take an action resulting in increased customer engagement in some fun way. So in IT, we do that through our content offers like free downloads, free free file downloads, free software trials, redemption codes, etc. And it becomes more important when we already know that the gamification market size is projected to grow from 9 billion USD in 2020 to 30 billion USD in 2025. So at a CAGR of 27%, within which we see that telecom sector is projected to grow at the highest rate, followed by services segment. So we know how the trend is going, and how people, companies are able to engage their customers through gamification. And if we talk about the current leaders in gamification, such as Nike, Khan Academy, and apps like Duolingo, how they are leveraging this trend to their advantage. So yeah, I would say that there are very obvious industries to embrace gamification, such as healthcare, education, finance, wellness, and corporate governance. But I believe that gamification can potentially be applied to all industries and almost anything to create fun and engaging customer experiences.
Wonderful. That is a wonderfully put answer. I think, Neetu, that sums up the entire conversation. So, Neetu, through your website, haltandthink.com, you also put some light on which tools to be used for easing your customer process.
Right. Yeah. So I'll give you an example. What I do through my blog. So it's like somebody might be having a problem that they want to start writing a blog and get it proofread for free. So they might have lot of questions in their mind. What to write about, and how to get content ideas, how to proofread it. So I will explain it through an example that if they want to search what to write about the topic, then they can use a tool which is freely available, which is called Google Trends. So which it will tell you which keywords or questions are trending over a period of time in a specific geography. And writing about what topic will make real sense at any point in time. So this tool will help you with that. Then how to get content ideas. So another tool which can be used is SEMrush, where you will get a lot of related keywords and search queries and subtopics around your selected topic of choice, where you'll get content either, these are the categories which people want to hear about or talk about, and this is what you can write. So SEM Brush will give you those answers. Then now coming to proofreading your blog, then you can use some freely and paid tools like Grammarly. You can do spell checks, you can do copy editing, plagiarism check, and structural check. So that is, this is how any particular problem can be solved.
Okay, so I've used Grammarly in the past, but I wasn't aware that it also allows you to do a plagiarism check. So that is very
Yeah,
important. I wasn't aware of that. I was thinking that we have to go to some other website to get the plagiarism checked. Okay, fine. That's a wonderful find from me as well. So thank you so much, Neetu, and to Socialbuzz community. As you can see, Neetu has many tech tools, understanding how to use them, a step-by-step process, and the purpose of using every tool. So even if you are starting off your business, or you plan to start off your own website or a blog or anything in the digital domain, you can check out her website haltandthink.com, and otherwise also you can reach out to Neetu on her LinkedIn profile. You can check her out on LinkedIn, Neetu Sharma. And well, with that we come to the end of our podcast come vlog, Neetu. It was wonderful to have you here, and it was wonderful to share your knowledge with the community.
same here. Thank you so much, Ambush. Yeah.
Thank you, Neetu. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you.